What's up, guys? It's Karen Clark, or Care the Bear, like the name of my channel. I'm coming back with this video as another installment to my betterment journey. And this one is about how to get over certain emotions that kind of control your life. So to get started, the emotion that controlled my life the most was fear. Like fear of how people will think about me, fear about people using stuff against me, and also fear and where not knowing where my life will end up in years that I can't even see. So I'm not sure what emotion everybody else is going through, but I know fear controlled my life a lot over the years. So in this video, I'm gonna kind of give some tips because I am still trying to get over fear. It still has a small control of my life, a little bit, and that's just in the last little stuff in the barrel that I'm trying to get rid of or scrape out of for myself. So I'm just give some tips and some tricks that I use to kind of get rid of majority of that emotion. Now to get into it, I had to designate what emotion was causing me to not enjoy my life. And when I actually sat there and looked and jotted everything down, it always ended with having a fear to do something or not wanting to do something because of how I might be seen. So kind of once you find out that emotion that's causing you not to want to do something, you got to find the ways to then after you find an emotion, what you got to do is you got to sit there and ask this question: how do I get rid of it? Or how can I get rid of it? What steps I have to take to get rid of it? Now, with mine, was fear controlled my life, but I no longer want fear to control my life. So what steps must I make to get rid of this fear or to get rid of this emotion from being my main emotion? Now, this is not a video to really tell you how to get rid of them altogether because you're not always going to be able to get rid of these emotions because sometimes it's just how our body reacts to certain situations. Now, once you find out that main emotion that you have that's controlling majority of your life, and you jot down, and then you go to step 2 of finding out or asking the question, how do I get rid of it? Third step that you want to do is find ways to answer those questions. Now, with me, I wanted to know why fear. How do I get rid of fear? So what I did was I used situations of where or what caused my fear, like opening up to people and actually telling people about myself was one thing I didn't do because of fear. Because if I chose to tell you about myself, it would have been them using stuff against me, or I wouldn't be able to speak because they have information based off of my life. And I feel like if you had information on me, you basically owned my life. And I didn't like nobody trying to use stuff against me. But then I had to realize that that's just fear talking because not everybody's going to do that. You know who should be in your life and who should know certain information. So you know who to give out this information to or not. What my problem was, I didn't trust everybody I met. Like almost, no, to be totally honest with you, everybody I met, I believe that in some form and way, they're going to try to turn on me or try to hurt me mentally, physically, just any type of way. So my trust was at a, it was, I didn't want to be in no relationship. I didn't trust nobody. It didn't stick with me to trust like that. So what I did was, after I answered that question of what is one situation that I have to do, that I have to change to actually get through or get rid of my fear was basically doing things that got me out of my comfort zone. So talking to more people about myself, talking to or starting conversations to where I'm actually listening or I'm not seeing the worst in everybody to begin with. So after I found out and after I used that tactic of actually not holding everything back, it kind of slowly put fear behind me. Now, I still have some things of fear. Like this video is kind of like a part of it. The last video I posted was also a part of it because I almost never posted the last video because of fear of how everybody will see me or how I will look in the video. But I'm still finding ways to combat it because I still have things I need to get over. But if you follow just tips, I'm not saying that they work because they probably not going to work for everybody. But once you find out that main emotion that you have, try to find ways to get rid of it. So it's only 3 steps. So step 1 is to figure out or designate the emotion that's causing you to not enjoy life. Step 2 is to ask questions like, how can I get rid of this emotion from being in control of my life? What steps must I take to get rid of this emotion from being in control of my life? And when can I do it? And then the third step is to answer it. So find out what is causing you to feel these emotions and to stop enjoying your life because of them. And once you find that out, then you use that. Then you switch it around, you change it, you do it differently. So if you know such and such is doing that, change it to something else. Do the opposite of what you've been doing so you can actually get better at and actually get more control of your life and get rid of that emotion. Now, because since my emotion was fear, I had to be careful because all the other emotions like anger, love, and all that fueled fear. Because most of the time I was always angry. I still kind of am. As always angry of not being in control of my life or certain things, certain ticks that just made me angry. That will fuel fear because then that's like, I don't want nobody to see me angry because I don't want nobody to see me a certain way. But my true self is I'm not, I'm nice sometimes, but most of the times it's mainly I'm going to tell you the truth, and no matter how straightforward it is, that's going to be the truth. But most of the time is I still have a heart. So I choose not to say certain things based off of fear of losing people. But then like years ago, I started to see that if I don't tell the truth, then I'm not being truthful to myself. So that was the anger and love was one of the 2 emotions that was fueling my fear. Because then I try to be loved by everybody, but also not be mad at the same time and having everybody see me as something else. So I was fearing them seeing the true me than them actually seeing the mask I was trying to put on. So this video was just based off of just getting to know your emotion that is in charge of your life and then finding ways to get rid of it. Now, I'm not saying that's soundproof plan like I said before, but that is one thing that is helping me get better at what I do or get better at my life, because 2021 is the first year out of my entire life that I actually feel like I have control of my life. Nobody else has control of it. No emotion, no nothing but me. I have control of my life. I feel better. I'm loving it. And I'm actually getting used to it. Usually it felt like every day was just a blank stare, and it was just sleep, then the next one, sleep, then the next one. So it's like I'm actually feeling in charge of it. So these steps helped me. I don't know if they're gonna help y'all, but if they don't, at least you try. That's the best you can do. The best you can do is your all. So at least trying to change the problem is still good. So I thank y'all for listening. Even if you did or you didn't, it doesn't matter to me. I'm still doing a justice to myself of making these videos because I'm still boosting myself up. So I thank y'all, and catch y'all next time.